Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Jordan Fisher.
I'm Timmons Hatman.
I'm Cypher PK, and this is the May Contain
Action podcast.
Available on Apple, Spotify, Google Play, and more.
Welcome to the May Contain Action podcast, where your two favorite content creators talk content, pop culture, gaming, and several other important subjects that have not been identified yet. I am your host number 2, because Paul's my friend and I want to be nice to him. Trevor May, aka IamTrevorMay.
Wow.
And host number one is Paul, aka ActionJaxon. There he is.
Paul. Hello. Hi. Thank you
Paul.
for that introduction. I'm glad that you've acknowledged that I'm host number 1 and you're number 2.
You're welcome. I'm tired of fighting. A lot of people don't know about how hard this has been on our relationship, and I just wanted to, just make sure that everyone knew that I'm willing to take some fault and move on.
That's good. It's conflict resolution. Good.
Today we have a very, 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 very special guest.
Super special.
One more berry, please.
God,
Not here yet. This happens every episode. He is a hypecaster, YouTuber, 6'4", 225 pounds of pure muscle, streamer, and also a podcaster. CouRageJD.
Hello. Thank you for having me today. It's great to be here.
That was really good. I'm really glad
great.
Trevor's mic didn't cut out once.
Did it not? Did I yell out enough?
Fine. No, it's fine. It's
Great. Good. Really good. Hey,
It's
what's
about
funny though? Like I said, 6'4". Like imagine thinking 6'4" is tall. You know what I mean?
Whatever, Trevor. Whatever. Say that you're a freak of nature and you got lucky, dog.
I did.
In my last life, I was
lucky.
7'2". Pure muscle.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
Have fun walking through doors.
What was your name when you were in your last life? What was your name?
I didn't think that far ahead.
Yeah. It's hard.
Skylar. It was definitely Skylar.
It was Skylar.
Skylar.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think that far
Skylar
ahead.
McGillicuddy. So 7'2".
Yeah.
I'm from
Wait, do
Ireland.
you guys have a drink sponsor on this stream?
No, not yet.
No, we don't.
We're available.
One sec.
Yeah. Take yourself.
Drinking my Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel Zero.
Zero.
Partner.
That was
Isn't
wet.
it like already not much in game fuel before? Is this like a complete? It's
Well,
like
it's
water.
0 calories, 0 sugar, so you can save the calories for what's more important, like chicken parm.
Chicken parm. Okay.
Mm.
All right. How do they put no calories and no sugar in it, but it tastes so good?
I don't know. Actually,
They're literally inventing like
Mhm.
chemicals at this point. They're tricking our brains. I don't even know. I don't know.
You're harmful to my brand. Thank you.
It's fine.
I didn't know you're sponsored by that, but how far into the podcast are we before something was plugged? 3 minutes?
Come on,
No
bro.
time.
It's actually crazy that it took me that long.
Yeah, I was actually say. I'm surprised you didn't just like as I'm introing the podcast and no one even knows you're here yet. You just didn't start yelling products.
Yeah, I didn't want to be rude.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Game fuel.
Well, Jack, again, it's great to have you on the podcast. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you for having me. It's great to see you guys doing this. I saw you guys had Tim on and a few other awesome guests. So it means the world to now be here, and it's an honor to be asked to be on the show.
Well, thank you very much, very much. Well, we want to get to know you. Our listeners want to get to know you if they don't already. Which, if they don't, it's a shame. It's an absolute shame if you don't know Jack. But we're going to do it here today. So, how we get started typically is the most obvious question, I think, and that is you are Jack. Jackamus Dunlop, I think is your first name. Yeah.
Jackamus.
Yep. But your screen name, right? Your AOL AIM name is CouRageJD.
Okay.
I think the JD is fairly self-explanatory, but how did you come across this name of Courage? How did you decide that you're going to be CouRageJD?
Well, it's a great question. It's a great question. Back when I was younger, I used to suffer from a lot of anxiety. I still do battle it from time to time nowadays with crazy flights and overthinking situations. I would also credit to my anxiety. But back when I was younger, it was truly crippling in a lot of ways. I couldn't sleep over friends' houses because I was too afraid of for whatever reason. When I was like 12, I was so afraid of getting lost. I was afraid of flying that I wouldn't eat like 2 days before a flight.
Wow.
All sorts of stuff. And when it came down to making my gamer tag, I was like, I want to make my gamer tag something that, you know, would inspire me, would remind me that I need more of. And well, courage is what came to mind because I needed more courage in life. And thankfully, I did get more. That's how I got it.
That's amazing. That's a really cool way to get your name.
Thank you.
I didn't know that. I've seen this. There's different. So has there ever been like CouRage? Like, with
people
the
say
capital
that.
R?
To be honest, when I made the name, I just liked the way the capital R looked.
Okay.
And I've just kept it ever since.
Interesting. I didn't know if that was like when I first was introduced to you, if that was because you raged as a podcaster, if you were just known for being very angry at all times, or if you just
that's immediately what went to my mind.
People always think that too. Yeah, no, I just I literally just like the way the R looked. There's no other way I can explain it. Just simple as that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, I love that.
Came from that's freaking sweet. That's freaking sweet.
That's deep as hell.
No, that's great because you know what? So baseball players, we put stuff on our glove, right? We have like a phrase or a word or something we put on our glove. And I have a word that says Kaizen, and it's like a daily get better every day type motto in Japan.
Yeah.
And I've had it on every glove since I was in high school. And like to the point where, you know, it's been like 12, 13 years now. And I like forget that it's on there. That's not just my name. And like, but that functions the same way. I'm like, hey, I want to get better. And it's become a huge reason why I'm here. So and it sounds like that's how your name functions too. So that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool.
You guys put a lot of thought in your names, in your mantras.
You know, some of us care.
Yes.
Some of us care.
Getting better, Paul. Being a better version of yourself every day. 1% better. Steven Jackson.
So you're saying that I don't care and I don't want to get better?
I don't really know how else to tell you this, but last time we hung out, when I was like, yo, Paul, what's up, man? I love all your stuff.
Yeah.
You looked at me and you sniffed me. You went up to me and said, smells like broke. And then you went like this. You snapped your fingers and 2 armed security escorted me out of your 2-mile-long fan line. So
yeah.
Smells like broke.
All of that happened.
Yeah. I mean, you can't lie on the internet. So
yeah. I said, get this rag out of my sight.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what? Now you're jogging my memory. You did say that. I think you stole my lunch money too, which was $75 for lunch.
Was this at the Astro meet and greet, dude? Because you're the face of it.
No.
Were you wearing your pink and blue Astro headset?
No, it was at the G Fuel one.
Oh,
G Fuel one. Yeah.
They're paying you dozens of dollars.
Dozens.
Baker's dozens.
That mention alone earned me 50 cents, dude.
Wow.
Good for you, man.
Good for you. I don't have a drink sponsor.
Really out here making it. You should have a food sponsor.
I should have a sponsor of something is what I should have. You know, and by the way, no one sends me computers when they break. No one sends me monitors when they break. I buy my own keyboards. Like, what are we doing?
Imagine buying your own keyboard.
Of followers.
About a mouse in years.
Good to be me, Doug.
Dude, what am I doing wrong?
Everything.
But actually, so we can talk about sponsors all day. Actually, this is going to come up a little later, but this is very important. This is I think this episode is why I'm like projecting for this episode we're going to have is why this question exists in the format.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jack, there is no one in the world more opinionated about fast food than you. Like, maybe, I mean, Nate Shot's up there too.
Nate Shot's up there for sure.
Yeah. You have your opinions, but my God, do you guys care?
Yeah.
And as do I. It's very important to me because I associate so many happy feelings or negative feelings with fast food. So I guess, I mean, if anyone follows you on Twitter, they know, what your top 30 restaurants are. But what is your number one? Like growing up, what was your number one driving by after school? You're like, I could go home and get some Cheez-Its, or I could drive through the drive-through. Which was the one? What is your one?
I mean, growing up, things that I loved to eat was anything like if I got home from school, a Progresso soup with 7 saltines and a few splashes of Frank's Red Hot sauce.
Yes.
Wow. It's highly specific.
Ted's North Deli was a couple towns over that I used to love. I would go there, get their seasoned fries and a Godfather, which is roast beef, mozzarella, and gravy on a roll. Or I get the American chicken, which is a chicken cutlet, bacon, mayonnaise, American cheese. Just so good.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Jack's from Jersey. So, like, you know, they have townships there, and a couple towns over is only a couple miles, just if you're wondering.
We're very it's the number 1 most densely populated state. So get wrecked.
Yeah.
But yeah, I used to love that stuff, and I dabbled in hot pockets for a bit. I'd love a good like ham and cheese hot pocket.
Okay.
And then outside of that, but no, soup has always been my go-to.
Okay.
I love things that are warm when you eat them like that, like warm, and you just make it feel good, you know?
Okay.
Yeah. Warm your belly.
And your mom cooked a lot, right?
Oh yeah. I'm very blessed to come from a large Italian. I say I'm Italian, but I'm also half Irish, but my Italian side is the Italian side is my bigger side of my family. So that was kind of where a lot of the cooking would come from. My mom has 3 sisters, and all of them are incredible cooks as well. So growing up, it was 95% of the time, Italian food or something that my mom made with an Italian spin on it.
Dude, so you had no chance. You were destined to be thick from the beginning.
Oh yeah, and I mean, I just think it's my genes as well.
Sure,
you know, I my sister got the Irish side, which is taller and skinnier. I got the Italian side, which is shorter and thicker. So I am quite on the thick side for sure.
I feel like I've seen your sister in like the occasional post, and I was like, oh my God, it looks just like Jack.
Yeah, she doesn't want to. She doesn't want to hear she looks like me, but
I'm sorry.
she definitely has. She definitely has. You know, we definitely have very similar faces, and but no, she got a lot of she got the looks of the family, is what I tell people. You know,
someone had to get them.
I know. Yeah. And just to be clear to anyone listening, just like the other 20,000 people that ask her that follow her on Instagram, no, she's not interested and will not date you.
You know what?
But what
I can't fault people for shooting their shot. You know what I mean?
It just takes one yes. You know,
just takes one yes, dude.
Just takes one. Can't blame him.
Yeah,
shooting a shot. You know, you did with Ariana. Look how that worked out. You know,
that is true, man. I was close.
Come on, you were real close to
Can we just take a moment and just really, really reflect on how epic that music video was?
That was incredible.
It was
surreal to say the least. I still can't believe it. It happened. I just
did a music video with Jordan Fisher. Right, huge right now. Huge.
Yeah,
so hot right now.
So hot.
He's so hot right now. Was that? Well, I mean, we can. That's a whole other topic. But like, where did that come from? Was that your idea?
So the full Ariana story is obviously everyone knows I was a huge fan of hers. Scooter Braun, who's an investor and co-owner of 100 Thieves, is extremely good at remaining involved in everything, and is a fantastic, you know, member of 100 Thieves, and is always looking to see how we can help us and push the boundaries. And he knew of how big of a fan I was of Ariana. He's the one that set up me first meeting her prior to me joining 100 Thieves in early May of last year. Yeah. And then time passed, and Scooter and I'd like to think, have become, you know, quite friendly with how we interact with each other. We both have a very similar sense of humor and like to bust each other's chops. And it moved towards Lollapalooza, which was going on with Ariana's tour. She was going to be headlining it on Sunday evening. But, you know, 2 weeks before Lollapalooza hit, we got reached out to by, at the time, Red Bull through 100 Thieves. And they were like, hey, it's going to be Nate Shot's birthday. You guys want to come out here? We'll have some fun. We'll fly you guys out and whoever and some friends. And you guys come out here. We got you guys on artist passes, everything for the weekend. We'll get you guys a table at a club, and we'll just have a darn good time for Matt's birthday. And we were like, yeah, let's go. Yeah. So Tyler already had his event out there. We could go see him too. And we were like, sure, let's do it. Mm-hmm. So we go out there, and Saturday night we celebrate Nate Shot's birthday till I believe like 5 a.m. And I go to bed, obviously feeling quite good. I got a Subway sandwich late night. That was fire. Ham, cheese, mayo, little barbecue chips on the side. But that's not important to the story. What's important to the story?
You recall ingredients like a woman recalls like what she wore a year ago to her best friend's bar mitzvah.
For sure. It was the Italian herb bread. But then next thing you know, like 10:30, I get a FaceTime and I see it's from Scooter. So now I do the good old like, yeah, I've definitely been awake for 3 hours and I'm in control of my life. Meanwhile, I woke up like from that, slapped my face, set my hair correctly, but then I answer it and Scooter's shirtless in bed too. So we're both shirtless in bed. Then there's a third kind of person on the line, and it's Ariana's another one of the management team, and Ariana in the background, and Scooter's like, Jack, like I've got Allison and Ariana on the line. They're like, hi, and I hear Ariana like, hey, and I'm like, oh my god, but then I'm like, but I'm actually like, hey, what's up? And basically the idea gets brought up of me doing a lip sync music video, like of a verse with her to promote her new song Boyfriend. And so originally it was going to be like a one verse thing. I seem to remember this one verse. Then as time went on, it got realized that Ariana just wasn't going to have the time in her schedule to do that. Mm-hmm. So I was waiting there. We were trying to see if we could fit it in. I was waiting. And then it got down to where it wasn't going to happen, but they still wanted Ariana and I to see each other because she wanted to be able to see me and say hello. Yeah. So that's when I went in and did the whole prayer circle, saw her mom, the whole team, everything. And I had no idea it was being filmed.
Really?
I just went in there, had a blast. And then afterwards, because I didn't know they were filming it for me. I knew she had a camera there, Alfredo, who's incredible at his job, but he does that for everything, you know?
Exactly.
So, you know, see that, finish the show, incredible. What a brilliant performance, you know, everything. It's great seeing all them. And then met back up with my group and we went to go get pizza. So I called Scooter, was like, or I texted Scooter, was like, hey man, we weren't able to film the video. Still got to see her. You know, thank you again. That was awesome. And then he texted me. He's like, no, you did. We got to film it. And he like calls me. And then I'm like sitting down to eat Chicago deep dish pizza for the first time ever, which is not as good as a good New York style pizza.
I agree.
And next thing you know, he says, hey, can you get me a video this week to like help push her first week numbers for her new song? And I was like, I literally tweeted, give me 48 hours. And that next day I went home. So like, I think the moment we sat down to begin brainstorming to when the video was done was like 36 hours.
What?
So you just like open schedule, we're getting this thing done.
And it was just that like, it was such a ridiculous scenario and it was so outrageous that thankfully, you know, if there's one thing I think I'm open to, for example, even with doing something like this and being part of the show, it's like if someone has a great idea, something they're passionate about, and they're a good friend of mine who I'm always gaming with or involved with, and they want me involved in their project and I'm able to help, of course. And on the flip side, when you get the number one pop artist in the world with an opportunity like this, it's like I called on 100 Thieves and they were like, we're going to move projects around. We're going to give you everything you need. I called on my buddy Cole Cook, who I think you guys, Paul, you met Cole. Cole's incredible.
You played with him, right?
Oh, yeah.
Great guy.
He owns his own production company called Timeless Eye. He's always doing incredible things with incredible music artists. I call on him. He's there for those days. Jake Chams, who's done, tour videos for Marshmello and Panic at the Disco and Lord. He flies down from Portland to come help. And then like Gabe Ruiz, who's like, Gabe Ruiz is like the visual mastermind of everything production at 100 Thieves, where every time we've collaborated, the video's banged. He's like, yes, I'm there for everything you need. And then finally, I call on Jordan and he's like, I would love to be in the video. And like, this is Jordan Fisher. Like this dude could charge me as much money as he wanted to be in it. And he did it for free as just a friend thing. So I'm forever grateful to all those people. And in the video, what was crazy was the video blew up and it was strictly off of like 8 tweets. Like all we did was like, we're going to break the internet. And then like, I showed a few people and they tweeted like, I don't think you guys realize Jack's going to break the internet. And then next thing you know, we broke the internet.
That was incredible.
How many views does it have to this day? Do you know? Have you checked it recently?
I believe on YouTube, it's got 2.9 or 3 million. On Twitter, it's over, I think it's over 12 or 15 or something like that.
It's got to be in the teens. Yeah. Goodness gracious.
And Ariana's tweet where she called me perfect. It was like, she said like, you're perfect. That had like 400K likes, which I think was the most liked tweet of hers in like a year.
No
6 months.
way.
Yeah, it was like one of the most engaged with tweets she's had in at that time in like 6 months.
It's crazy because she can tweet. She can tweet like I'm hungry, and that'll get 70,000 likes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So she called me perfect, and that blew up. Like it was like the whole gaming community got behind it, and it was awesome.
That is
incredible story, dude. Oh my gosh.
See, that's content right there. That's when you just walk around going content, and everyone's like just flying around, just getting stuff done, man.
I love that though. I love that like you said, it's kind of a part of it. Like you coming on for the podcast, like just, doing what you can. And then you just had a village of people around you to help you with that video, which to me, when I saw it, I was like, man, the production for this must have taken like over a period of a couple weeks, like different shoots. You're telling me you did it in 36 hours?
Yeah, it was pretty nuts. Like it was to the point where like we were having to cram it and get it out so fast that Logan Dotson, who edited it, who's again the guy who is just brilliant at what he does. We had Cole like in the kitchen when we were like charging cameras. Cole was putting some pieces together to help with the visuals. So he was like already getting a pre-cut open, which then Gabe like hand delivered the file over to Logan when we were done filming everything to then like dive in. And what really made the video as incredible as it was like at the end of the video, there was actually a completely different ending where like, yes, we still did the whole, me revealing with Ariana.
Yeah.
But after that happens, there's like there's a moment in the video where it shows us having fun behind the scenes. And originally that was just like a lot more Ariana at the show, some little cuts here and there. But like when we then added the personal effect of like showing how much effing fun we had making that, it was awesome. So, I mean, I invested $2,000 of my own money into the shoot, but like that was worth it 300 times over,
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I mean, just for sure.
Strictly based off, just engagement itself. Amazing. Not to mention being involved with shooting a video for Ariana.
Yeah.
Just, 2,000. That's like nothing.
People helping people, man. Value left, right, and center, man. That's the
awesome.
name of the game. I think that's about as good as it can go. I think I don't think there's getting much better than that.
And that's like a theme. I mean, not to spend too much time on the fast food thing, which I feel like we've completely lost track of. But
we don't even know what the fast food restaurant is. Actually, we never even got there. So
we never got there. We'll tailor back. But it's. I was just talking to someone today about like how they just started streaming and they kind of have this whole thing and how they, are trying to navigate what it's like to do well. And other people maybe aren't doing as well, or people, that have been doing it longer than you maybe aren't doing as well, and things like that. Like it's not about like looking inward and thinking like I'm not good enough, or I don't have enough views or whatever it may be. It's about like collaborating, helping other people. That is what makes content. That's what makes good content. And people like to see you get along with other people. People don't want to see you competing with other content creators. And like, imagine if you had like some weird competition with any of those guys that you called on, or even with Jordan. It's like, look, I don't care. I'll come and I'll help you out. Like, that's what we're here for. It doesn't matter how many followers you have compared to how many followers I have. Like, we're buds, whatever.
No, for sure. Yeah. It's super key. You go to any of my YouTube videos in the last 2 years and you'll see everyone's channels in the description of the video that was in my video. And I don't ask others to do that to me, but I learned from the likes of, the whole Vanos group of Wildcat, Marcel, and all those guys. And you look at any of their videos from the last 6 or 5 years, and they've all plugged each other in it, because I'm very much under the impression of a rising tide raises all ships. So
yeah,
love that.
There's a quote that I can't remember who said it, but they're like, just create value for other people and don't expect anything in return, and you'll live that. It just all kind of takes care of itself.
Oh, for sure.
Everyone wins. And sounds like that's, not only that, it's really cool. The cool thing is you gave not to be missed here is you made sure that you said everyone by name that was involved, which was awesome. And how they also bring their own skill set to the table, and how everyone, like, what it takes to do that kind of stuff. It's freaking awesome. So
thank you.
Yeah. What is your favorite fast food?
Yeah, but fast food restaurant, just give us one real quick. Just throw it. Number one on the list.
Number one.
Right now.
Favorite fast food. If you consider it fast food, it's Chipotle, my newest sponsor.
Oh,
Like not only that it's my newest sponsor, but
yeah,
I mean, it's the reason why I like almost got emotional on stream today when announcing it, because it's such a ridiculous thing to get emotional over. But it's like Chipotle was like, I remember getting my car in like junior year of high school. My first thought was like, I can go to Chipotle now and drive myself. When I bought my first car.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
And I just love it, man. I absolutely love Chipotle. Like I it's been my Twitter bio of I love soup and Chipotle. When I left Twitch and removed Twitch Prime, I replaced it with Chipotle. So this was a tough one to hold in.
Yeah.
But now that it's publicly out, like it's just so cool. And as always, every time I feel like I announce a sponsor, the support from everyone out there is just totally overwhelming. And I think a lot of it is because people know the products that I'm sponsored by. Like I genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, use it every single day. Like my main title sponsors, like Razer, NZXT, Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel, and now Chipotle. It's like all of those things are so near and like you look at my setup, it's like, yeah, that's everything's there.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
It's cool to have so much support. Like even down to the announcements today, like 15,000 or 17,000 retweets on my tweet because we're giving away a year's worth of burritos on my tweet. And then
what?
Yeah, hold on one second. If I didn't
but it's just like not even as a plug, just like it's just a cool thing to have is such a dedicated and warm community.
I think it definitely speaks to like a content creator when they put their. I mean, I'm not, no disrespect to anyone that's kind of like, I get it. Like you're trying to make money as a content creator, so the temptation to just take anything that will give you money and be like, oh yeah, I support this. This is fine. Is definitely there, but I think it speaks to you as a content creator that you have like a handful of things that you really enjoy. And you're like, yeah, I want to partner with you. I use you. I like this product. This is a great product. I'm okay with promoting this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can definitely tell if it's the other way. You can definitely tell if it's the other way. So,
yeah, exactly.
And we can definitely tell that you really do like all the things that you use. So,
thanks.
Thank you. Different ways, the way you eat it, the way you.
100%. And you have a custom bowl. I've heard. Is this?
Yeah. So as part of the announcement and celebration today, we for just today, if you go on the Chipotle app, so unfortunately by the time this comes out, it'll be over. If you go on the Chipotle app, you can get my exact bowl for $9.50. It shows that like Jack Courage done that bowl worldwide.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
Actually, the show comes out like within an hour of this being out, so there's a few people that'll hear it. Yeah.
Oh hell yeah, they'll be able to hop in.
Might be able to get it tonight. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yes.
I'm literally opening this right now. I can't wait. I want to see this.
Yeah, it's in the Chipotle app, and you go to featured, and it's right there.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Holy How are you so fast at finding things? You find things so fast,
dude. I just
like my facial recognition on my phone doesn't work fast enough. Even like I don't know how you do it.
I don't know, man. I'm into it.
Okay,
we're gonna love it. Sorry, I'm just looking. There it is. God,
don't order one yet. Do it after, okay?
Dunlop bowl. That's why it's got your face on it.
It really does, huh?
You're on the friggin' menu.
That's my damn big ass head.
What?
How'd they fit it?
Dude, what is that face you're making? That's the best.
That was the loaded shoot. I know you did one of those.
Yeah.
That's the one where I stick my ass out.
Yes, that's that
one.
They
probably they didn't take that part of the picture, I guess.
Yeah, they didn't put your ass in there, which is I think a missed opportunity.
Shame.
100%. Dude, that's incredible. Well, Jack, so a lot of people know you obviously as like a streamer, content creator. You also did some hype casting and caster work as well.
Yeah.
Leading up to that. But what did you do before streaming, before content creation? Did you do anything for work even before casting? And when did you decide to take streaming content creation full time?
Before any of that stuff, I mean, I was always an esports fan from the Halo days. I first began following esports with Halo 2 in 2007. Mm-hmm. Really dove into it September 25th, 2007, which was the launch of Halo 3.
Yeah.
And that was the day that my life changed with gaming because I just went all in on Halo 3 at that point.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. That's Halo 3 is still up there as one of my favorite games of all time, and I could rant forever about how I think it's arguably the most valuable game that's ever happened in current gen. Like for what you pay, for what you get, it's mind blowing. But,
Wow.
that was where my life changed. Followed the games, and then had an opportunity to play with some of the top guys in 2010 when StarCraft began to kind of take over the MLG scene.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the Halo pros were tweeting out like, guys, what is this game StarCraft? Can any of you teach me? And like none of their followers played the game except for me.
Wow.
So I would just be like, yo, I'd love to, show you how to play. And next thing you know, people like Enable and Flamesword and Ace and, Cleat LaRusso or Assault, Puckett, who was the head caster, everything. So many people, like 25 different Halo pros and Halo influencers or Halo people in general.
Yeah.
I began to like become friendly with them through Skype and would help them learn StarCraft because at that time I was like Diamond at the game.
Wow.
And
how old were you at this time?
Probably like 15, 16.
Wow.
2010. Yeah, 16.
Yeah.
So became friendly with them and then stayed friendly with them across the next couple of years. I went to MLG Providence 2011, which is the first time I met Puckett in real life, and was going into my senior year of high school. And Chris knew I was into media and video. So when it came down to going to college, when I was coming back for my first summer, I got an offer to be an intern at MLG as an unpaid intern on the video team.
Whoa.
And with that, my life changed. That was my first internship in esports. Prior to that, though, I was a babysitter. I mowed 5 lawns a week. I would do dog walking. I was a camp counselor, then got promoted the next year to assistant grade leader. Then the next year got promoted to grade leader. Then the next year got promoted to assistant camp director. Like head of all the activities, and then assistant camp director. And like my 5 years of doing that.
Wow.
And then at college, I was mainly playing games, doing video stuff, but then also another area where my life changed and my confidence really built up, and where I began to really learn a lot about running meetings and being involved in what feels like a business and establishing connections was when I joined Theta Chi fraternity, and we founded our chapter at Towson University. I was brother number 8. My nickname was, and still is to all of them, Fluffy, because they thought I looked like the comedian Gabriel Iglesias.
Yeah.
And then there I joined, and like 6 weeks into being there, I became the recruitment chair my freshman year. So I was head of all recruitment. So like it was my job to be the social one, leading and planning all those events. And then the year after, I was the youngest president at Towson, my sophomore into junior year. We won the 5 highest awards we could win for Theta Chi, as well as the first fraternity to win chapter of the year. In like 16 years at Towson, I won president of the year. We won everything. And then the year after that, I became chaplain, where you lead all the secrets of the fraternity and all the all that stuff. And
where
then
all the weirdos have to leave on Mondays, right? That's a Monday. It's chapter.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you guys have more experience with fraternities than I do. I don't really know.
For sure. And then I got in. I won the that year when I was chaplain of my fraternity, my junior year into senior year. I got elected IFC president, which is the head of all fraternities. But at that point, I was starting to take off with casting, and I had to make a decision: like, do I want to stay as IFC president or go and cast my second ever MLG event? And I chose casting.
So you were doing all of this administrative work essentially for the fraternity that you started at this university. Again, I think I messed this up. How old were you at that time?
When I first decided to accept my bid to Theta Chi, I was literally 6 weeks into being a freshman. So like 18.
Yeah. That's incredible.
And at that point I didn't drink either. So I was like a sober fraternity president, which was always funny. I didn't drink till I was 21. So.
Oh, wow. No, that's,
You're bad. Me either.
No, kids, definitely obey the law.
Yeah, seriously, the law. Yeah. It's the law. Don't go to jail.
Sure.
It's important. It's important.
Yeah.
So I did not know any of that. That is insane. You started a fraternity from like the ground up. You said a lot. You also were like babysitting.
Yeah, I was a CPR certified and would babysit. Because when you're CPR certified, you can charge more.
Yeah, you got to grind, dude.
So yeah, I would babysit and I would mow lawns. I would mow 5 lawns. So my house, my neighbors across the street, the neighbors to the left, the neighbors down the block, and then the neighbors on my right side. Like literally every house around me. and I would charge $25 a lawn. So I was making $125 a week. My parents would pay me too. They wanted me to be incentivized to work hard as well, which I always appreciated. And then, the camp was it was for the month of July every year. My local park in my town. And that's how I got a lot of my babysitting opportunities was through that camp.
Are you like a kid person? Do you like kids?
Oh yeah.
Babies?
I'm so excited to be a dad one day.
Really?
I think, it's tough because it's a double-edged sword because you have to give up, your life is no longer yours when you have a child.
Yeah.
At that point, your life is now your child. Your child is now your life.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I'm blessed to have a great supporting family. And whenever that time does come, I'm very confident that between the means that I have to help with my family, as well as if I need a nanny or whatever to help with things while I'm still doing events or still doing business stuff, I'm confident I'll be able to afford and do all that to maybe ease some of the pressures because it's a lot for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Same place here. Same place here. Just trying to find that time where being a baseball player and not having to sleep every night. Unfortunately, sleep is really important to throwing baseballs where you want it. So
yeah, I can imagine.
So there's
a little bit
good time. So we're
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely just make Kate do that. That'll go over well too.
Yeah, she's totally down to do what I say. Yeah. That goes really well. Did you know that Kate and I met at a frat party? Did you know that? Did we tell you that? Yeah, I was a honorary member of
he was Van Wilder.
Sigma.
Of what fraternity?
Phi Kappa Sigma.
Okay.
At University of Washington, and we met at a frat party. And she did not believe that I wasn't part of the frat, and I was just a guy living in their house. Because my best friend was the president, so he just and I had to leave on Mondays because that's when chapter was, and yeah, it's crazy. And I didn't know you went to Towson. My sister went to University of Delaware.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, so it's like small world, dude. Colonial Conference, crazy. That's dude, you've done so we're not even okay. So you're at this point in the story, you're casting.
Sorry,
right?
Yeah, I'm just so hung up on all the.
No, it's crazy. I didn't know you've been literally doing this for 10 years. I did not know that until today. So the same way we learned about Cypher, Cypher's yeah, I've been a YouTuber since I was 14. I was like, what?
Yeah.
So
exactly, he was a little baby.
So you became a caster in MLG.
Yep.
And then so how far away from Fortnite are we?
At this point, it's 2015.
Okay, so we're
Call of Duty Ghosts was the game. I wasn't supposed to be a caster. I went there to be a video intern. So everyone always talks about how fun they remember these certain MLG Anaheim events. Bro, I was cutting VODs from Call of Duty matches in the MLG office with the air conditioning off on the weekends because no one else was there.
Oh,
eating Sticky's chicken fingers with my buddy Chemo Alex, who's still involved in it and everything. So a great guy. But yeah, back then they did a daily show called the Esports Report where they'd cover all things at esports, mainly Call of Duty. And Chris Puckett was the only host, and he was going to be out sick one day. So it came down to a point where they were going to have to cancel the show. They were having a conversation in front of me. It was Chris over the phone and Ron and Brian, who were the producer and director on the show. And they were like, all right, man, I guess, because we did 5 hours of work or 6 hours of work to lead into that show. We had it all packaged and ready to go.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of sitting there listening and then blurted out without even thinking, I think I can do it. Because at that point I'd already had on-camera experience through my electronic media and film stuff at Towson, which is what I have my degree in.
Yeah.
And then actually in high school, we had a media program where I was comfortable from doing shows there and being on camera. So I thought I could do it. And next thing you know, I hosted it that day and then hosted it 45 straight days with Chris until I went back to college over the summer. And then got my first casting opportunity a few months later with Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, the first event for that game, which was a crazy event in Columbus, Ohio. My first event, I missed Thanksgiving, so it was quite the
wow,
quite the thing. But I knew from the beginning I was going to have to make sacrifices, and it definitely paid off.
Dang, absolutely. Wow. Yeah, I'm sure your Italian mother was totally fine with you missing Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving's never really been too big in our family.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, we're definitely much more of a Christmas thing. So still haven't missed a Christmas, thankfully.
Well, that's good.
So you straight up shot your shot.
And yeah, I just you gotta believe in yourself. You got to be able to recognize an opportunity when it presents itself. And thankfully, I've just been pretty good at that.
You have
awesome.
that saying too, which I didn't want to like necessarily ask because I know a lot of times this stuff can be kind of marketing in and of itself. You know, with different phrases and things. But you have a phrase of "Don't take part, take over."
Yeah.
And to be honest, you perfectly personified that phrase in that story you just told. You could have just been a part of that show, but you're like, I can do it. Like not even thinking necessarily, just like I'll do it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It's kind of how I view a lot of things. I mean, there's certain things that I need to even take my own lessons for and apply it. But everything I've done with my 5 cross-country moves for pushing my career or 4, whatever the hell it is, since like 2015, 2016 was literally that. It was just like, listen, I could half-ass it, or I could do what needs to be done and take the opportunities and see through the vision that I have. And it's worked itself out.
Absolutely. And I think too, it's gonna be.
Ouch! I dropped my water.
I thought I dropped something. I was like, what?
I was just about to yell at Trevor, like, "Damn it, Trevor! Get
Again!
over there."
No, my fault.
No, it's totally fine. I completely forgot I was going with that. What was I talking about?
So, I mean, like, okay, so you're caster. We've gotten all the way through casting. So Fortnite came. You were casting for Fortnite out the gate, right? Was that what you were trying to do in that game first? Like, is that kind of the role you wanted?
The way I viewed it at first with Fortnite, when it really began to take over, was like I started playing the game. When people asked me when I started playing, like the first day Fortnite was available was September 26, 2017. I was playing that day.
Wow.
Same.
And so I played from the very first day and got addicted right away. And over time, my love for Call of Duty, especially the game that I just didn't like at all, was Call of Duty World War II. World War II games, you know, I've played an effing dozen of them now. So, you know, you can only storm Normandy so many times before you're like, okay. And so we're playing this game. It's dreary. There's no color in it. They built Call of Duty World War II to be as dark and realistic as possible. And when you're casting that game every damn day, you feel how depressing it can be.
Yeah.
And like, I was just sitting there being like, this was my passion for casting was dwindling as I was traveling every week. My love for streaming was building, and my love for a new game in Fortnite was consuming my mind. And I was streaming that every day instead of COD, and realizing that I did not want to cast Ardennes Forest CTF, which was my least favorite game mode in the history of any Call of Duty game. I didn't want to cast that anymore. So thankfully, I got approached by Optic Gaming, and I had already been approached by Optic Gaming as well as very, very early on 100 Thieves to be part of their organizations. And I didn't feel at that point 100 Thieves didn't know what 100 Thieves wanted to be, and Nate Shot even talks about it himself. So I didn't want to, you know, get involved in that early of a ground level. And then Optic's original offer just wasn't enough. If I was going to join an organization, I needed to know that I, at that time, wasn't going to be making enough money to keep living the same life that I wanted to. So I was very blunt and said, here's what I want to be paid. I want to be able to live the same life that I have currently while I build up my audience. And 6 months passed, and my second week of casting the Call of Duty League, when I was realizing that I just couldn't mentally do this, I got kind of the call from the heavens, which was at that time Optic Gaming, prior to the ship completely setting sail, saying, hey, come join us. We'll give you your exact MLG salary, healthcare, everything, and we'll pay for your apartment. Just move to Texas and help us. And I was like, well, let's do it.
Help you in what way? Were you a content creator for them?
Yeah, I would be in their videos. I would help them with, you know, bringing eyes to the brand.
Remember, Fortnite was hockey sticking at this point too. Like it was just like full on.
Just hockey sticking.
I've never heard that saying before, but
what the hell does that even mean?
Yeah, Fortnite was rollerblading.
It's just mountain climbing.
Yeah. There you go. Thank you. I got it now.
Yeah.
Paul.
Yeah, value
Fortnite
goes up really
lucky.
fast.
Yeah.
Viewership was hockey sticking on the graph, like when it goes up really fast. We were in that time when everyone
pogo sticking.
going insane.
Yeah, it was ice fishing. Okay. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, perfect. We got it now.
You know what? Everyone knows what I meant. Okay.
Yeah. No, of course.
Absolutely.
Go on.
So that's exactly what was happening though, Trevor. Was like Fortnite was starting to go on the up. I saw this opportunity. And the toughest part of leaving MLG was like leaving behind some of my best friends, like my best friend in the world, Maven. And when I told him like the opportunity I had, he was like, Jack, I will punch you in the face if you don't leave and do that. So that was a pretty big decision. At that point, I had a Call of Duty casting job for literally ever. Like I was not like, I could have stayed in that job forever and been content at what I was doing, but I just didn't feel fulfilled. I still love Call of Duty. I still watch Call of Duty. Unfortunately, there's some heads on the Call of Duty competitive subreddit that think I'm a sellout and think I've changed, but anyone that knows me from those days, I'm basically still the exact same. I'm just, I guess, a little bit more successful and have achieved my dreams. So if they're gonna write those comments, I can look at it and go, hey, you know what? You can think that way, but there's a reason why I still get called back to Call of Duty events, and I'm still best friends and still really close with all those guys. And it's because I'm the same person I once was. So it's funny how people can judge from the outside looking in and not knowing anything. But that's my rant on that. But yeah, I wound up announcing that via Twitter and Instagram that I was leaving MLG. It was a big thing. And then joined Optic through their Vision series, and the finale of the episode of the final scene was me being revealed. And I had a good time there. I was kind of in an incubator in Texas where I didn't have a couch, I didn't have furniture. I just had a set up, my bed, and a TV. And for a year, all I did was that. It was the most unhealthy lifestyle I've ever lived. But in that year, I went from like 250,000 followers to like 6 million. Up of Fortnite. That's when I started Fortnite casting, and that's where my life changed. And I recognize that year of 2018 into early 2019 is what made my life now in 2020 possible, and the things I'm able to do and enjoy the fruits of my labor. But looking back on it, I definitely was living the most unhealthy life I've ever lived.
In what way? Just like through food?
I mean, you were just streaming and sleeping.
I was streaming. I didn't have. I would barely go out. I would just like I would look at pictures of myself and you could see like the dark circles under my eyes from when like all I would do was just sit at my computer, and wasn't really going to the gym too much. I mean, still I'm on and off with it, but at least now I get way more sun in LA. I have a flourishing social life. I have a girlfriend that I love. Like all that stuff has been. I look back on it now and I'm like, thank God earlier Jack did that in that year, but now I'm like, I could not imagine doing that. Just like how when I was casting, I was like, I could not imagine driving in, like commuting 3 hours into the city every day, round trip to do my unpaid MLG internship, but for summer.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this too, because I feel like a lot of people take this position, a lot of content creators, especially new ones that start, is like, I'm just going to grind. I'm just going to put my, just going to grind it out. But did you have a passion for what you were doing? What was your goal? Like when you were so unhealthy doing this, what was in your mind that you were accomplishing?
Well, I've had moments where I've tried to be a streamer and do this stuff in the past. Like I have unlisted YouTube videos from like 2011 of me, or 12 of me, like, hey guys, what's up? It's Courage, the gamer here. And today we're doing a Black Ops 2 commentary, talking about the Xbox One X and how bad it's looking right now. Like it's been getting destroyed, and like that's what so I have stuff like that from the old days that I have hidden from my channel. But when it came down to making stuff and getting involved, then when Fortnite began to take off, I've been very blessed to have already had the connections of people who were starting to take off. Like I was friendly with Tyler and a fan of his, Ninja, for example, from the Halo Reach days. Like I remember meeting him at an event and shit like that. So that's kind of where my relationship with Tyler began, and thankfully, we gamed together, and I was an above average player. Obviously, everyone knew Ninja is arguably the best in the world at that point. So it was just kind of a match made in heaven, and met Lupo through him and Tim and all you guys. So for me, it was pretty simple. It was like when you go live every day, and I didn't come from money. My family doesn't have money, and I go live every day and I'm like, okay, I played video games for 10 hours today and made $4,500.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'm going to play video games tomorrow for 14 hours to try to make another $4,500.
Exactly.
Like, why would you not? You got to take advantage of it.
Yeah. So I was just like addicted. I was addicted to seeing the numbers go up. I was waking up and being like, wow, I gained 3,000 YouTube subs today. Wow, I gained 3,000 YouTube subs today. Wow, I gained 10,000 YouTube subs today. Wow, my video from yesterday has 1 million views in 24 hours because it's Connor meeting Tim or whatever. It's like, what the hell is going on?
Exactly.
Like you feel like it's almost like you feel like you're like, I figured something out. The light bulb came on somewhere. I'm doing something right. And I need to keep doing this right until until you get experience and you like, okay, the market tells you something and that it doesn't work as well anymore, which happened with kind of Fortnite a little bit. And you got to start making other decisions. But it's really cool to see. And I know this feeling really well. Cool when you're trying something and then it works and you're like, oh, that feels good. And there's a fine line between like being addicted to the feeling of like the numbers or just the feeling of something working that you tried. Like there's a fine line between those two things.
That's true.
And it's very hard to stay in the like, okay, I'm going to keep the process is working and that's what I love so much. And the numbers are nice, but like, I need to take the same kind of mindset when like I try something and it doesn't work as well. That's feedback again. So I just won't do that again. And then we'll just try something else. And sounds like, I mean, just by how the story's gone, it sounds like you're pretty good at making those good decisions and figuring out, seeing how things are going to move forward. And that's really impressive. I mean, I didn't know 80% of the stuff. This is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's not every time it's going to work, but even down to like today, like obviously Fortnite's trending down overall from where it once was. There was once a time where it felt like I could just upload anything with Fortnite and it would get my views that I wanted and my channel would grow off that. And it's not the case anymore, No. You can literally look up the trends from Google and YouTube where it's, with 40% of what it once was in regards to searching and stuff like that. So I had a call with YouTube today to further deep dive into the channel and continue to approach and see how I want to change things up. So it's a lot of new stuff coming. And so far the YouTube side has been pretty good.
Awesome. You also done a really good job. I remember it sticking out in my mind when YouTube or Fortnite was kind of waning. This is around the Brute edition of the game.
The mech, I love that.
Mech.
Season X,
Your clip of that is still gold. But you did like a little transition, which I mean, I don't really feel like I have a complete idea of the pulse of what's trending, and I need to get better at that personally. But you were making Minecraft content, and I was like, why is he making Minecraft content? Like that's so random and odd, and you rode that wave of like peak interest in that game that came out of nowhere, at least in my mind. Did you see that coming? Or
it was just like there's just like a shift in the energy. Like PewDiePie got back on Minecraft. Everyone was kind of realizing like, listen, it's time to play different things. And one of the most successful series in the history of, Hex and Nadeshot's career was the whole Hunting Optics series from back in, again, 2012 with Syndicate. And when it came down to it, I'd never played Minecraft. That in and of itself was really appealing to the millions and millions of people and billions of people probably who've played the game.
Yeah.
And so we decided to pick up our own server. Syndicate started hunting us, and the story kind of wrote itself. And
amazing.
I was having days on Twitch where like I was streaming Minecraft to more people than I could have ever imagined. I had like 10,000 to 13,000 viewers during that series. I would start on my stream and just go live and have 10,000 viewers in 30 minutes. And like, if like a stream, the first hour is like kind of building up.
Yeah, exactly.
And I can tune into someone's stream and see their viewership numbers and be like, some, like I just said earlier, I was like, someone only has 16K viewers. I'm like, he's 100% live for less than an hour. And I look and he was how Twitch shows it was like he was live for like 39 minutes. Now he's at 28.6K and he's an hour and 30 or hour and 40 minutes into his stream. So yeah, just about hit 2 hours. So I can literally look at someone's stream, like numbers that they have on their Twitch page or, where they're streaming and be like, this person's in the height of their stream. This person's been live all day. This person's like right now, just in the thick of it. Like if I had to guess, like Nick Merckx has 22,000 viewers. He's the highest Fortnite viewership channel right now. If I had to guess, he's probably been live for like 3.5 hours before his numbers start to slowly dwindle off as the stream's been live for that long. Yes, he's been live for 2.5. So on the way to 3.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But it's like just studying everything is key.
Yeah. I don't know, opened my eyes to a whole thing that I no clue about at all. Don't even know how to check how long you look at the VOD and it tells you how long. Never mind. I knew how to do that.
I don't. Maybe it's a better Twitch TV thing, but like when I click on someone's stream in the bottom right, it shows like stream uptime.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I need that.
Yeah.
Game over. Okay, then do that. Thank you.
Smart.
Awesome. Well, okay. So since we've been talking, so getting into the kind of how you navigated from being a kid playing Call of Duty and Halo 3 to now. Let's get a little bit into the nuts and bolts. I think this is something that you do extremely well, and you utilize social media as good or better than anyone else out there, I think. And that's obviously, as a content creator, really important to use the different platforms for what they're for. So let me ask you this: your favorite social media platform at the moment, or overall, even like just to use, and which one do you think you put most time in? And then which one do you think you're not on enough and you need to utilize more?
For me, favorite social media, it's kind of always been Twitter. It's just, you can just post the dumbest shit on there and get a ton of engagement, and it's great. So I've always valued Twitter.
Yeah.
I was like the 25th account in history on Twitter that had the ability to monetize videos.
Oh, wow.
So I got whitelisted by the old head of Twitter gaming. This guy's name is Rod, and he reached out to me one day and was like, brother, we love your videos here. Your clips are incredible. And I was like just starting to become a streamer with Call of Duty. Like I was like 6 months in when Call of Duty was starting to pick up for me with casting and my streams there. And he was like, we just whitelisted your account to be like the first in the Twitter monetization program called like Twitter Amplify at the time. And like, I had no idea what it was going to do for me, but like I was at one point making more money off Twitter than any platform by far. Not the case anymore, but yeah, so Twitter was always a big thing for me. I mean, I've had some months where you look at my engagement on tweets and it's pretty solid. And I go to like my analytics, and I think I had a month where I hit 200 million impressions.
Wow.
Right now it's only 68 million, but back in the
it's tough.
I used to, and you would kind of look at like my numbers and see exactly, like I've only tweeted 246 times this month. I used to tweet like 500 to 1,000 times at least. Wow. I've only gained 16,000 followers this month on Twitter, where I know I say only, but in the past I had months where October of last year, I had 150 million impressions off 435 tweets, and I had 73,000 new followers.
October last year was
August. The Ariana month was 504 tweets with 195 million impressions and 90,000 followers in 30 days. So like, just like everyone, there's been a downward trend, but numbers aren't everything. And like, I thankfully I have a pretty good understanding of like, I'm blessed to be where I am. I'm blessed to start my stream and have, even if I have, I have 3,000 plus viewers watch me play Fortnite solo still. And 2 days ago, I had 12,000 viewers. Like I'm blessed. A week and a half ago, I had 43,000 for the season launch. Like, it's not always about numbers, but it's still cool to, see that even like in a lull or a downward trend for Fortnite or all that, after that, I still get the viewership that I do have. I don't take it for granted.
No, that's really good. It's important. And
you're capitalizing.
Yeah, absolutely. You've also, I think, been the first one that I can remember. We may have had other guests that have said this, but to say your favorite social media, but almost purely based off of engagement point of view. Typically, we get like, oh yeah, I love Twitter because it's really funny, or I like Instagram because I'm more visual. You're kind of saying it. I got engagement on this. It's really easy to do that. Like how you can connect with people. Yeah,
I mean, I think just to be clear, like Twitter as a whole is my favorite for that. I post the dumbest shit on Twitter.
Yeah,
I tweet things like, you guys are my ride or die homies. I ride my homies. Like reading these tweets from the mob and how stupid you can be on the platform is what I love. And I can tweet things like good night to the people, to the people who don't put lettuce and tomato on their cheeseburger, because like it's just fun to post that. I can't like post that on Instagram. Like on Instagram, I'm trying to be like Instagram. I'm like, I need to have as much engagement as possible. Like if I'm going to post on Instagram, my goal is to hit this many likes or to do this much stuff. So looking at it from there, it's much more of a business side. YouTube is obviously so key to me now because I'm full-time streaming there, making videos. So I'm always trying to think of ways to engage and grow.
Yeah. Which one do you think you're not on enough?
TikTok. I need to do more on TikTok.
Was it you the other day? So I think I was watching the Four Corners. It was yesterday, and or maybe a couple days ago, and you guys were all playing together. You and Ty and Tim and Cypher.
Yep.
And you were like, and obviously Ninja is way into it, trying to figure out how do you post a lot? And he's like, well, some of these people are like 10 times a day. I think you said they're like 10 dances a day, but you got to remember they're just finding songs and then doing a dance to them, right? There's not like, they don't have to like tailor the video to be like, a funny real situation that you would be in on your stream or in a game, or you know what I mean? Like you guys have to do. So it's like one a day is probably like a lot still, because there's just way more that has to go into. You can't just wing it, because that's what people follow you for.
No, for sure. I just haven't posted enough, so I'm pretty pissed at myself. My last post was February 11th, so it's been over 2 weeks. But for like TikTok, I'm at 350,000 followers. But dude, that platform is so ridiculous how fast you can grow, and
you grow instantaneously.
It's just outrageous. Like there's just no other. It's unprecedented. And it just comes down to your stuff hitting the For You page, like Jordan Fisher. He had 700,000 followers or whatever, and then now he's at 2.7 million in 10 days.
Well, he's a heartthrob. I read an article that said he is the new teenage heartthrob, and well, can't compete with that, can we? Yeah. Nobody can. No, you win. You're
good for you.
If there's
I'm going to be the fat shit that I am.
He would be Jacob.
I have a burrito named after me. Good.
Yeah. Like you're the heartthrob. I have a fucking burrito named after me, bro.
Yeah, it's to each his own. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
absolutely. Well, I saw your last TikTok too, and it was good. I think it was your last one. You were essentially doing the Renegade.
Right? Oh, that was one of my last ones. Yes, Renegade with Charlie D'Amelio.
Yeah. Did she respond by chance? Did she engage?
No. She has 31 million followers and has no idea who I am and cares about me. Yeah. So.
See, listeners, everyone, it still happens. You think Jack's a big deal. People don't know who he is.
There's always someone bigger than you.
Always. I just clicked on her profile. She has 1.7 billion likes on her TikToks in total. That's billion with a B.
Billion?
1.7 billion likes.
I can't even fathom.
And there's only 7 million people in the world. So according to YouTube chat.
That's crazy, dude. Every single person on the planet is liking her video 1,500 times. It's crazy. That's talk about capturing attention. That's crazy.
That is insane.
Good for her.
I love that. All right. Well, Jack, as we're kind of getting through, knowing a little bit more about you, people know that you obviously are very successful at what you do in content creation. So for those that are kind of listening to this, and a lot of people are getting a little bit of understanding of like how you decide to make different decisions or seizing opportunity like you did. For those people, what's one thing you wish you would have known when you started doing this content creation? What's like one tip you would give to someone who's just starting out? We probably get asked that a lot on stream, I'm sure, but
I say the same thing kind of every time, and it's tough outside of just saying like, be consistent, be unique, give people a reason to watch. Why should they tune in day day out? And, collaborate with others. And the final one, which is arguably the most important of all, is get lucky. You got to get lucky. And you've been moments. It's like some of the biggest moments on stream is like for some of these small. I remember one time Shroud just was like, you know what? Let's host someone who's just playing a random game with like 0 or 1 viewer. And he went in and rated them and sent them like 500 gifted subs or something like that. And it's like, it's such a weird example and it's so out there, but how else can you explain it? Like you just have to get lucky. Like maybe a YouTube algorithm puts your video in favor. I literally, every time I upload a TikTok, I'm like, hopefully the algorithm picks me up. Like, let's hope the luck's in my favor today.
Yeah.
There's just no other, but you just have to recognize that, like, listen, everyone out there's trying to make it. Unfortunately, in this day and age, it's tough. It's tough.
Oh. And remember, if that person wasn't streaming, they wouldn't have gotten hosted. Yeah. So remember that luck is, people say luck's created. It's just being in the right place at the right time. You have to be in the right place. So like always try new stuff. Always be, if you really enjoy doing it, put a lot of time and effort. That doesn't mean just sit in front of your computer for 14 hours a day and just play the same game over and over again. Just listen to what people are telling you and try stuff and be there. And eventually, probably some small thing will happen and things could come together and you'll find what you were meant to do. Like that's really what it is, but it just takes a long time. You got to be patient. You just got to be patient. Right. So That's what I'm hearing. I mean,
oh yeah, I love that you said collaboration as well, which is super important.
Yeah.
Again, going back to even your video with Ariana, super important. You've built up those relationships because you had similar interests with those people, and you enjoyed their company, and they were there to help you.
It's just, I'm not saying that I have a love for Ariana and a crush on her to like in hopes of one day getting a music video with her, but thankfully it's just like the way the world works. You know, you leave every situation with people, having them think positive. You know, I'm always very socially trying to understand how to approach any situation with people. And you kind of know where you're going and who you're going to and what to talk about. You know, I'm not going to go and have a meeting with or go game with Tim and the whole time talk about Weight Watchers. You know, he won't know anything about that. But if I'm going to game with, you know, or if I'm going to go meet with a fitness person, then I'll bring up, you know, weight loss opportunities and possibly if Weight Watchers is good for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Just got to know how to approach your situations.
Exactly.
Are you on Weight Watchers right now? Is that what you're trying to?
No.
Okay.
I've needed to. I've been dieting for 25 years. I'll let you know when I'm done.
Yeah. He's on Weight Watchers. Just signed a deal with Chipotle on Weight Watchers. Yeah, that happened.
Very healthy burrito bowl. You picked. So it was good.
1,000 calories.
Oh, of course. Yeah. And honestly, dude, lastly, I just want to kind of just to sum this up before we move on to our next segment. It's kind of near and dear to me, but I just kind of want to get Jack, your thoughts on the global economic difference between AAA power countries and their massive growing GDP and the less fortunate
GDPs and less fortunate third world countries.
Maybe third world countries are struggling to get an economic product that's good enough to be transferred across positive trade world.
I mean, I think it's something that a lot of people don't talk about, and I think that a lot of people need to begin to realize that a rising tide raises all ships, as I mentioned earlier. So, sure, we can have global leaders, but if there's people lagging too far behind that get stuck in a lesser, platform, then it could hinder them for years to come.
Absolutely. So you think the road to a positive trade world would be to maybe collaborate with other countries and
for sure get lucky.
Yeah.
Get lucky. Just be in
reduce tariffs and absolutely.
Wow, incredibly thoughtful answer. That was nice.
Love that.
Now we know it's been answered. Now we don't have to ask it anymore. All right. Ad time. Woo! And we're putting in post action. The May Contain Action podcast is presented by PrintLoyal.com. They partnered with talented artists creating incredible gaming fan art and make it available to you to rep your favorite games. New art is added weekly, and Drop One featuring art inspired by Fortnite, Apex Legends, and Destiny is now available at PrintLoyal.com. Love games? Show it with PrintLoyal. Also, coming soon, some special Star Wars content. So check out the website, give them a follow, and see what's up. And cut. All right. Moving on to the segment B. I'm really interested in this. This is so this kind of happened, fortunately, not really on purpose, but as we're moving through the kind of format here, we're just kind of moving through your life, to be honest. Yeah. So this is something that I personally have been really wondering about. And, you know, you joined 100 Thieves. Anyone who is following anything knows that you're with 100 Thieves now. You know, you're out in LA. And I'm really interested in since you joined 100 Thieves and moved into Content House, what is the best and worst parts about living in a content house, like creating content with other people that are all in the same house doing it too? Like what kind of like strain does that have on you, or is it actually a lot more easygoing than I'm thinking it is? Because I feel like I'd feel pressured to be constantly like never taking any time off.
Oh, the good thing is that like Nate shots in the content houses so many times at the old optic houses and stuff. And excuse me. And when he was younger, there was almost like butting heads and competition based off the same people within the same house.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Whereas now when we're adults, like, listen, we're all adults. We all have our own relationships and thoughts and experiences and schedules. So like, we obviously all collaborate for the 100 Thieves channel, but none of us are like sitting downstairs being like, well, I hope Matt comes and hangs out tonight. It's like, no, I'll be in the theater room chilling. If Matt wants to come chill and watch a movie, let's do it. If Ray or Brooke want to come down and watch a movie, sure. If not, I know that they're busy. They got stuff going on. Like I don't take any of that personally, and vice versa. Sure, there's at times with the house, I'm more of the clean freak of the house. Not clean freak, but like I like to keep things clean and clutter free. Clutter free makes my brain function better. Yeah. So, let's say with the old house, Nate Shot knows. Nate Shot knows that I always never appreciated the clutter that he had downstairs from because he moved out of his old apartment and moved it into the house. And there's a lot of extra boxes if you ever got to visit there and saw them firsthand. So, dude, there's so many boxes. Yeah, this new house. Like you were perpetually moving into it. Yeah, and trust me, it would cause me a lot of stress. This new house will definitely be better and is incredible, Paul. I know you've been here, so it's a magnificent home and gets revealed I think this week actually or next week. Oh, awesome. Very cool. Outstanding house. Oh, it's insane, bro. And we've got furniture now, so that's big. Oh yeah, you got your own like space there, and it's oh yeah, it's fantastic.
So generally great.
Overall, I'd put it at honestly like if I was younger and maybe not as mature and living with less mature people, then I could see way more stresses. But since we're all mature, like if there's a problem, it gets nipped in the butt quick, and that's it. Like awesome. I was parking too far to the left of the driveway, so Matt told me, "Yo, can you move over more? I can't park my car." I was like, "Yeah, sure." It's having adult conversation,
adults helping adults, adults helping adults. But I've also noticed another observation is, since you've joined the house, you've branched out a little bit into the content, right? Like more some vlog stuff, some more kind of traditional YouTube type stuff where you Googled your name and then you answered all the questions that came up, like that kind of stuff. So, and obviously the Ariana video, and you've done a lot of stuff outside of the kind of playing video games. So what's the most what kind of have you enjoyed most about adding that stuff, and what's like the most fun you've had making a non-gaming like video for your channel?
I like that. I've enjoyed anything I put up. I've enjoyed doing. Now in the past, sometimes I would force videos to keep with my daily upload schedule, but I'm now moving away from that to help my videos perform better on my channel. Due to now streaming and uploading on the same, all on YouTube. Have you seen better performance on those videos because of that? I would say I've seen some worse performance, strictly because now my streams are still doing very well, but because I'm also streaming, it's like splitting the time for viewers. Like, let's say someone would typically allocate 10 minutes of a day to Courage. Well, now if they spend the 10 minutes watching my stream, they're less inclined to spend 10 minutes watching my video. Yeah, exactly. So still a learning process with that, but overall extremely positive. But from the rest of the standpoint, I mean, the videos that I made, Ariana stuff was literally fun from start to finish. The different vlogs I've done when I'm in Japan, it's just great to have those to look back on and reminisce, and think of those great times and how much fun I had. I want to do more now that the house will be revealed, like cooking stuff. Like I know everyone in the house wants to have like a permanent setup that's in the kitchen kind of set up. Yeah. To be able to go and enjoy. And to use that, like it's kind of you take out a couple pieces and plug them in, and then boom, it's Ray's stream. Or you take out a couple pieces and plug them in, it's Brooke's stream or my stream. So that gets me really excited. Honestly, like a lot of the IRL things are just a blast in general. They're just a really good time. My vlog of us at the Uno night, the Uno day was cool. Oh yeah, that was good. A lot of fun as well. That's amazing. I love that. See, I'm kind of getting more into the IRL or just whatever day-to-day type of content, and it is fun. Vlogging is definitely king. Vlogging is definitely king. Everything. So like Dobrik and all that stuff. You think of them or anything. Yeah,
that's where that came from, because I literally play Major League Baseball. So I feel like there's opportunities there for vlogging and following me around and stuff. I live a fairly cool, different life than most people, so I mean I'm currently in the midst of just trying to figure out how to do this, like do this thing more and put more stuff out around the baseball season, not just wait for October to where I can go stream full time again, so I that's a lot of where these questions came from, just getting a little insight on that, so it's awesome. Absolutely. No, 100%. Paul, you ready for a game, dude?
Dude, I'm freaking ready. All right, Jax, we got a little game.
Ooh, I like games.
Prepared. A little game prepared for you. I think you're going to do really well because you're obviously a numbers guy. Focus on that a lot.
Numbers. We're doing numbers?
We're doing numbers, dude. We're doing fact. Or wait. Fiction or factor? There it is. Took way too long.
Fiction or factor? It's weird saying fiction first. Is that
factor or fiction?
Factor or fiction?
It's factor or fiction. I don't know my own game. It's numbers.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Cool.
So the goal of the game, Jack, is I'm going to give you a number.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give you 2 different stories, and you're going to decide which story that number is associated with.
Okay, repeat this one more time. I want to make sure I fully understand it.
Absolutely. I'm going to give you one number.
Okay.
I'm going to read you 2 different stories, and you're going to tell me which story you think the number goes to.
Okay.
So, for instance, if I say the number is 5,
okay,
I say, is that the amount of chickens bought by a farmer on Tuesday? Like an actual story. I'm like, or is the amount of times Tim fell to fall damage in one game?
Cool. I got it.
Okay. All right, cool.
Yeah.
It's a lot, by the way. It was 7 times. All right. Our first number of the day, 207.
Okay.
Highly specific. Okay. And Trevor's playing this too.
Yes, I am. We're competing.
Oh.
Yeah, Trevor's really bad. He'll probably do fine. He's awful. Yeah. All right. 207. Is it the amount of milkshake options a South African restaurant has on their menu?
Okay.
Or is it the age of 22 silver coins found in Florida by treasure hunters?
Why is everything always in Florida?
Yeah,
Florida's the weirdest
What the fuck? I was not expecting this.
That was like related to gaming or something.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. No, I mean some are.
My blind throw a dart at the dartboard. I'm gonna go with milkshakes because I'm food related, so you'd immediately put me towards food.
All right. Okay.
Did you alley-oop that? I'll go with the coins just because, like there was a whole thing with like conquistadors and things here. And like people have been coming to Florida for a long time. And that would be really cool to find a hidden treasure of doubloons.
This fool just said conquistadors. I haven't heard the word conquistadors since my 9th grade study class, you jackass.
Study class. It's study class. Listeners.
Yeah, history.
The chat. Listeners.
The president of a fraternity right
there. Yeah, you're welcome.
Right.
You learned something today. Conquistadors.
Let Jack babysit your kids. All right. The correct answer. Well, actually, I'm going to go this way. Jack is right. He's right.
Of course I am.
Absolutely the milkshakes. The milkshake, Trevor. Sorry, dude.
Because you freaking alley-ooped a milkshake.
I did. I didn't even think about it. That's wild that he thought about that.
He's conditioned you.
That's true. That's absolutely true. All right.
Brainwashed.
Our next number. It's a pretty small number. It's pretty easy. 4. 4. Okay.
The size of my penis.
What?
Was that not an option?
If that was ever a better time to say, I don't know what it was. That was
good. That was good. That was the animal noise. All right. Perfect. No. Is it the amount of times a week Tim the Tatman eats Mexican street corn? Or is it the percentage of alcohol in a new beer named El Chapo 701?
It's the beer thing.
Now remember, I spent a week with Tim in Florida.
Wait.
Just saying.
But who is it? Is it Tim that talks about how much he loves that the Mexican corn?
Yeah.
He always says it, but he can never find it. But maybe he found it in Destin, and that's why.
I'm gonna guess Tim then, because that again, food related.
Food related.
And
okay.
That sounds like Tim.
But I also feel like you tried this beer in Florida, and you read the can because you liked it, and you saw that it was 4% alcohol. So
that's a good point too.
You're gonna split it. You're gonna split again. Okay.
Yeah, we'll split. It's just for the sake of content, bro.
Of course. Yeah, split it up. All right. Jack. That's incorrect. That's tough.
Who would eat that much corn?
Trevor. Nice. Very good.
That's dumb.
It's very good.
1-1. Is there 5 total, by the way?
There's 5. Yeah.
Okay.
So the El Chapo beer. So the El Chapo beer is real. I didn't have it in Florida, but it's made by his daughter, Alejandrina. She uses the number 701 in the name of the El Chapo 701 because her dad, El Chapo, the famous drug lord, was named by Forbes as the 701st richest person in the world.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. She has a whole merch line of El Chapo stuff. It's wild.
It's crazy. I didn't even make the connection that I just thought it was called a beer.
No, it's named for El Chapo, the drug lord. Yeah.
Oh, crazy.
100%. All right. Our next number. They're very small, specific numbers this week. 103. Yeah, 103. Is it the length in meters of a margarita pizza made in Australia? Or is it the number of mini shield drops that spawn in a single game of Fortnite?
Ooh.
God damn it, you keep going with the fucking food bullshit.
Oh, he meant. Yeah, that's what it is.
Are you guys do no cursing?
No, I'm kidding.
Leave it in.
That's
fine. They're all explicit. No, don't worry about it.
You're fine.
We like it when you swear.
I'm gonna go with the.
I'm gonna go small shields. I think it's small shields.
I thought originally that it wasn't the pizza, but then you said the small shields, and I don't think that shields is a fixed rate in Fortnite. So I'm going with size of the pizza.
All right. Our answers are locked in. Trevor, what was yours again?
He said shields.
You said shields. Okay, perfect. Just immediately forget. Trevor?
Yeah,
Jack.
The numbers in Fortnite aren't fixed.
Ooh, see, that was good. That was good.
I don't know. I just thought it was relevant because people were, I don't know, in your game.
No.
You guys were talking about the number of, someone put out a video where they couldn't find any sheets and maybe they figured out the number and then Paul found it that way. I'm overthinking it. You're overthinking the hell out of it. What we can take away. I'm overthinking it. Anyway.
I led towards food every time, except for Mexican street corn. I've led towards food every time. That's wild. It's good to know my own habits.
There's literally a food one in every one so far. So let's see if there's food in the last two.
There's not. All right. That was actually good. That Jack actually mind F the heck out of that last one. That was pretty good.
He got me.
That was good.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Wow. All right. Our next number is 26. One of my personal favorite numbers. Is it the age of an injured rugby player who was told by his team doctors to stop making TikToks? Or is it the amount of server blackouts that happened for the game Escape from Tarkov on February 13th?
I'm going to go with the rugby player.
Very simple game.
Tarkov.
February 13th.
Yeah.
February 13th was a Thursday where most of the server blackouts don't occur. It would have been on the weekend if there were to be a lot of server blackouts.
Interesting. Interesting play. Okay. Jack.
Thank you.
Incredible, Trevor. Dude, Jack is mind the hell out of these. I did not think that you would think this hard into them.
That's just how my mind works, man.
February 13th, that was a Thursday.
I mean, he's the only one with a degree here, so
that's true. That is very true. Oh crap, we're both dumb, Trevor. We're dumb as hell. Box of rocks. All right, so Courage is just destroying Trevor right now.
Steamroll this, just like how I would if I batted against Trevor. I'd hit that shit out of the park.
Okay,
absolutely. We would all take him yard.
When are we gonna record this 100 million view video? That's my question.
When the Yankees play the Dodgers in LA. Wait.
You know the Twins play everyone in LA for a whole week, right? You know that?
No.
I'm in LA for a week.
Wait, really?
Yeah. I'll talk to you about it after the pod. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
That'd be lit. All right. Our last number. Excuse me. Our last number. 74. 74. Is it the length in feet of a mini-moon asteroid that is currently orbiting our planet? Or Is it the percentage of people who play music for their dogs when they aren't home?
Uh,
74.
Oh my!
I mean, it's the
Where
mini
do you
moon.
start?
It's the mini moon for sure. There's no way 74% of people play fucking music for their dogs.
I'm just assuming it was like a survey of 500.
Like if you
people.
kept on the TV for your dog, that's way more believable. Play music. It's way too. It's way too
Good point. Good point. Moon.
You guys are both saying moon.
Yeah. 100%
Mini moon.
right.
Asteroid currently orbiting our planet. Okay. Yeah. All right. You are both.
Wow,
wrong.
that's bullshit. That's so bullshit.
74% of people, this is in the UK, 74% of people leave music on for their dogs. So much so that Spotify has launched a podcast with dog-directed praise.
Shut up.
Dog-directed praise, stories, and messages of affirmation and reassurance narrated to alleviate stress from dogs.
Literally, it's people like, you're a good boy. You're a good boy.
Good puppy.
Get off the
Good puppy. You want a treat?
Get off the couch. Get off the couch.
Get out of the trash. Get out of the trash. 74%. Yeah. Wow. So, congratulations, Jack. Absolutely annihilated Trevor on that one.
Incredible. That was the soundest beating anyone has, placed on me.
He really let you have it.
He really did.
I mean, I'll try next time.
Incredible.
Dude, I did not know that Jack was this numbers focused. This was wild. He's like, well, February 13th was a Thursday. I mean, what time is that? Most of the servers happen. That was thoughtful.
Notepad. He's in a notepad. He's scratching things out, trying other stuff, trying to visualize.
Smart AF. I'm proud of you.
All
Jack.
right, moving on from me getting my ass kicked.
Thank you.
We do a nice little segment here, and I think this is probably one of my favorites. Favorite things we do. I'm glad we do it. We like to call out a creator that we have been following recently, someone we are enjoying watching their stuff. They can be big, small, friend, someone you never met. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter where they are either. It can be YouTube, Twitch, it could be a person on Twitter, TikTok, whatever.
Any other content creator. Basically.
Any other content creator that's just not you, basically.
Yeah.
And I believe that Jack Courage Dunlop has been mentioned by somebody in the pod so far. So let's pay it forward here. But I will go first, and I'm going to give some love out to another member of 100 Thieves who fairly recently started their YouTube channel when they moved out to LA, and they are a member of the mob. Classify 100T Classify, I believe it is on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I caught one of his vlogs when he took his girlfriend to they went somewhere, and it was actually like I really liked the way it was edited. I was like, I watched this whole thing. I wasn't expecting to, and I watched it. And you know what, whatever. Classify's always been a homie, and he's
a good dude.
Yeah, he's helped me out with he interacts with me, bro, and I think he's pretty funny, and he's figured out Twitter pretty well too. So if you want to follow him on Twitter as well, but that's 100T Classify on YouTube. I don't know if you can change that later. I don't know if you. Ooh, who knows? I mean, not saying that you'll ever need to. I'm just
he might be stuck.
Usually, sometimes.
His branding's kind of pinpointed on 100 Thieves being around for a bit, huh?
Yeah.
It's
you know what? Live and learn. You know.
Yeah. Like optic nade shot. Anyway, that worked out. So I'll go next. So I've been watching the heck of a lot of Tarkov videos, just trying to get better. Loving Tarkov. I've been watching Deadly Slob. He is a YouTuber and Twitch personality. Obviously, he's been content creating for a bit now, and his Tarkov videos are blowing up. I mainly consume a lot of his content on YouTube, and they're very informative. His voice is incredibly soothing, and he does a really good job of breaking it down for you. So, Deadly Slob on YouTube and Twitch.
All one word, right? No space.
Deadly Slob, all one word. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, man. Jack, do you have anyone that you've been like watching or enjoying recently?
Things that come to mind for me. I'm really happy that Greek God X is back to making content. I love Greek. If you've ever watched his stuff,
oh cool.
Some of his stuff with Tyler One used to be so funny when he was the priest Tay Tay. When they do their Arma 3, they do their Arma 3 role play, which was always a blast. So definitely give those a watch. They're old, but he's lost a lot of weight and is now back to streaming in the US, which is dope.
Oh, is he really? That's awesome.
Been fun watching Doc play a little bit of Overwatch.
Oh my God.
Because that's a thing.
That.
And shout out to another person is Dizzy. Dizzy's, had that crazy lift off with Apex, and obviously that was like an unsustainable type growth. So I know he's had a little bit of back and forth with what he's been streaming and stuff like that, but it seems like he's embraced Counter-Strike and he's been doing well on there. So good for him.
That's awesome.
So those people come to mind, and he's a beast at it. So, but yeah, those are some streamers I'm watching right now.
A threefer. I freaking love it.
Yeah, I like to spread the love.
Exactly.
Nice.
Well, Jack, to kind of end it up here, we just kind of want to know for our listeners and watchers and things like that, what's next for you? Within NDA, what events do you have coming up that you're planning on going to, or streams, or any merch that you're planning on dropping? What's next for your stream?
Just excited to keep doing more IRL stuff in the house.
Yeah.
Now that'll be revealed. Merchandise stuff has been a little bit on the back burner.
Mhm.
Just been enjoying a little bit more of life outside of streaming. This has probably been the least excited I've been about gaming in a bit.
Really?
Tarkov's been a fun change of pace.
Yeah.
And Slay the Spire's been fun on Switch, but I found as of late that I've just been enjoying, going to the gym.
Yeah.
Being with friends. Games just haven't really done it for me too much as of late. So hoping that whenever Project A gets released and stuff like that, it can really do it for me. So, as of right now, a little bit of a lull with gaming, but outside of that, just really enjoying life. I'm really excited to go on a fun trip with my girlfriend. I love having a girlfriend. It's fun. So
You should get one if you don't have one.
yeah,
Totally do it.
It's been,
Even if you have one, get another one. What?
what they say. It was better than one. But yeah, that's just what's going through my mind right now.
Love that. That's good. And cool. I'm wearing your merch right now. Honestly, it's pretty fire. You did good.
Yeah,
You did good. I like that a lot.
Yeah, we'll have more stuff cooking soon. It'll be fun this weekend. We got the 100 Thieves retail opening here in LA. Which will be
Oh yeah.
That's
I
amazing.
gotta get me some of that stuff, bro.
So
Oh
it'll
my
be
gosh.
it'll
Right
be a
up
good
my
time
alley.
too.
100 Thieves stuff is stupid fire. Like whoever is the designer, like going through that and like mixing it with streetwear it's unbelievable.
Yeah, this has been like kind of this has been the first leap into just getting away from just putting 100 Thieves on things. So I think the acceptance of it has been a little bit less positive than I think any of us would have liked, but I'm confident in the vision of Doug and Matt and Jade, and this is just to set the tone for where things are going moving forward. And
People will hop right on the train, dude. When you just get one picture of you wearing everything with Yeezys on, and it's over.
Done for.
It's freaking over, dude.
Yeezys, exactly.
GG.
Just take a video, hold the keyboard with really clicky keys, just click the shit out of them, and then everybody, that sound plus that wear. Oh man, you Yeezys.
It's true.
There we go.
Yeezys.
I figured it out. Just throw some freaking barcode shoes on.
Kids love it. Well, before we go, huge shout out to our review of the week. We always shout out a nice little review of the week from Soul Snake. They said, "Let's go!" Exclamation point! Exclamation point! Exclamation! We need more. These help me through work and downtime. Please keep inspiring people like me. Thank you, thank you, thank you for that review. That was awesome.
Thank you.
That's a part of. I mean, that's a part of at least why I do it. Can't speak for Trevor; he's the worst. But it's nice to kind of give a little informational knowledge or encouragement to people that are just starting out or trying to figure out how to content create. So that's good.
Yeah, I want to point this out too, really quick. I forgot to write this in the thing. That was actually from a comment from a YouTube video, the YouTube version of the show as well.
Oh,
so
awesome!
That is another place that you can leave a wonderful comment and a
leave comments.
Negative ones won't make it, losers. So
I mean, they might if they're funny enough.
Be cool one time.
So this is the May Contain Action podcast. You can listen on all major carriers of podcasts, including Spotify, iTunes, and Google Play, SoundCloud, or you can watch the VOD on YouTube. 5-star ratings and leave a review. Again, if you leave one and it's a nice guy one, we may even read it on the next episode. Go follow at May Contain Pod on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Jack, where can our listeners find you? Where are you at?
At CouRageJD on all major social medias, including Discord, where we have over 10,000 active members. My platform now of choice is YouTube for the last 4 months. Sit down and do a stream, youtube.com/CouRageJD, and keep supporting these two gentlemen here and the podcast and everything. It's great what they're doing. And Trevor and Paul, while I do bust both your guys' chops, you're two of my favorite people to interact with. So it's been a pleasure being on this. I'm very grateful, and let's go Yankees.
I love that.
I did all the things you said except for that last thing.
Even though Severino's out and Giancarlo's out, at this point, I might have to fucking play.
I don't know if you remember this, but literally every single person got hurt last year, and I think they were fine. So
yeah, we were, but we could have been more fine with the best pitcher in baseball, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
More fine. Trevor, man.
They're cool now. Whatever. Let's not get into this. we're mother effing good too, so it's going to be a good fun year.
I'll give you a go Twins. I'll give you a go Twins.
Thank you.
Speaking of Trevor, where can people find you, bud?
They can find me. I am Trevor May on Twitter, YouTube, and of course TikTok. But I'm not represented by Loaded Entertainment, so I don't have the same name on everything. So TrevMay65 on Instagram, and I do have a second YouTube channel, which I was talking about this earlier before about doing vlogs and things. It's called the Trevor May Baseball channel. Pretty easy. If you search just Trevor May Baseball, it pops right up. And we're going to be doing a lot more behind the scenes stuff, field and like playing and all the cool stuff that I get to do. So expect that. I would highly recommend that you subscribe to that now, so you're in early.
Love that. Love that. That was a hard self-promote. My name is Paul, a.k.a. ActionJaxon.
Are you still plugging?
By the way, I have another Instagram account. My name is Paul, a.k.a. ActionJaxon. You can find me on twitch.tv/ActionJaxon. On Twitter @ActionJaxon. Imagine not being represented by Loaded. We're ActionJaxon now on Twitter. Your number, by the way. We're working on Instagram, though. ActionJaxon BTW on Instagram and YouTube. You can watch the VOD of this and many other episodes, every episode we've done on YouTube, youtube.com/ActionJaxon. Thanks for watching and listening, guys. We appreciate you coming by. Awesome.
Thanks, Jack. Thanks, guys. See you next week.
Love you all.
Thanks, Jack.